Hey, welcome back to Easy Peasy. Today we are going to learn about some really useful words. Do, did, does and done. These words might seem a little tricky, but don't worry. We'll make it super easy to understand. By the end of this video, you will be a master at using them. After the explanation, you will see 15 practice questions in the form of quiz, and I'm sure you will be able to answer them correctly. Do attempt the quiz and write your score in the comment section. Let's get started. Do, does, did and done. These are all forms of the verb to do. Do and does are used in simple present form. When we want to talk about doing something right now or regularly, we use do or does. The difference between the two is that we use do with I, you, we, they and plural nouns, whereas does is used for he, she, it and singular nouns. Let's see how do we use do and does in affirmative sentences. I do my homework every day. This means I do it regularly. So we will use do or does. But because we are saying I, we will use do. Now next is you do your homework every day. Again we are talking about something which is done regularly. So we use do because we have you there. Sam and Harry do the laundry on Sundays. When we talk about two people, Sam and Harry, they together become plural nouns. So we use do. Next is she does her chores on Saturdays. We are talking about the third person she, so we will use does. My sister does her dance practice every Tuesday. In interrogative sentences, we use do at the beginning of a question. Again, we will remember that we use do with I, you, we, they and plural nouns, and does with he, she, it and singular nouns. This is the basic rule you should remember. Now let's look at the example sentences. Do you play basketball? Do they exercise regularly? In these two sentences, you can see that we have you and they. So we will use do in the beginning of the sentence to make it a question form, to make it an interrogative sentence. Does he play guitar? Does this book belong to you? In these two sentences, you can say we are talking about the third person, like he or this book. This book is a singular noun. So in these two sentences, we have used does to make this an interrogative sentence. In negative sentences, we use not after do or does. Do not and does not. I do not like to sit idle. Here I is the first person. So we use do and we add not after do. I do not like to sit idle. They do not attend late night parties. In these two sentences, we are talking about I and they. So we have used do and add not after that to make it a negative sentence. It does not snow in summer. Ria does not like broccoli. These sentences have it and Ria, the third person, which is a singular noun. So we have used does, and to make it a negative sentence, we have added not. I hope it is clear to you now. We use do in one more way, in an imperative sentence. We add do to make a polite or less direct command or to make a request. We use do in the beginning of the sentence. Like, do take a seat, please. It is a polite request. Do try the chocolate cake. It's delicious. Here we are suggesting to try chocolate cake. So we have added do. Do be quiet during the movie. It is a gentle command. So we have used do in the beginning of the sentence. Do let me know if you need any assistance. When we offer any help, we use do to make it a polite request. Now let's see how do we use did. Did is used in past tense. When we talk about something that has already happened in the past, we use did. Here are the affirmative sentences. Yesterday I did my homework. I did it in the past, not today. So we have used did. She did her best at the spelling bee last week. She did her best in the past. So we have used did here. When asking questions, we use did in the beginning of a sentence. And please remember, when we use did, we should use base form of the verb. Many people do mistake at this point. Did he go to play outside yesterday? Did you finish your homework last night? These are the questions about the past. So we have added did in the beginning of these sentences. Notice that we have used the base form of the verb finish and we have not used finished. Did you finish your homework last night? In a negative sentence, not is used after did, which is followed by the base form of the verb. He did not go to play outside yesterday. Here we are talking about past. So we have used did and added not after did to make it a negative statement. I did not understand the question. While speaking, you can use contractions of these. Instead of saying do not, you can say don't, does not, doesn't, did not, didn't. But remember, you should not use them while writing. While writing, you should only use full forms. Do not, does not, and did not. Contractions can be used while speaking. Again, don't and doesn't are used with simple present forms like they don't enjoy scary movies. Don't you want some ice cream? Here we have used don't because we are talking about they and you in these first two sentences. So we have used do not. And instead of writing do not, we have used contraction form. Kushal doesn't live in that house. Doesn't she have a pet cat? In these two sentences, you can see that we are talking about third person. Kushal, she. So we have used the contraction of does not, doesn't. Next is, she didn't go to the store yesterday. Here we are talking about the past. So we have used didn't. Didn't he call you yesterday? This is an interrogative sentence which is starting with did not. So while speaking, we can say, didn't he call you yesterday? Now let's see how do we use done. Done is used for finished actions. We use done when something is already finished or completed. For example, I have done my chores. They are finished now. Have you done eating your dinner? That means, is your dinner finished? Now let's revise whatever we have studied so far. Remember, do and does are for present time, for right now or regularly. Did is for the past. Done is used when something is finished. You're doing an amazing job. Keep practicing and soon you will be a language expert. Now here comes the quiz for you to master do, did, does and done. Let's have some fun with the quiz to test your understanding of these words. And after each question, you will find an explanation to help you out. So get ready to ace this. The correct answer is D, because we are talking about the present time and we can see you in the sentence. The right option is does because we are talking about something which is done regularly and third person. With he, she, it and singular forms we use does. The right option is D, done. I have done my homework. It is already finished, so we have used done here. The right answer is C, did. Did you visit the museum last month? The last month is about past, so we have used did to make it a question by adding did in the beginning of the sentence. Perfect, B is the right answer for saying they didn't watch TV in the past. Correct answer is D. Don't is correct because it's a negative sentence. I don't like mushrooms on my pizza. is the third person, so we have used does here. And it's a negative sentence, so we have used doesn't. The correct option is C, do. Do they play soccer in the park every Sunday? Here we are talking about something which is done regularly every Sunday. And with they, we use do. It's an interrogative sentence, so we have used do in the beginning of the sentence. Correct option is D, done, because it's a question about a completed action. Right option is D, didn't. We are talking about yesterday, the past. So we have used didn't here. We didn't eat dinner at the restaurant yesterday. The right answer is B. Because we are talking about past, we have used didn't. The correct option is D. We are talking about something which is being done regularly, and with you we use do. Remember, how do you practice your English? The right option is C, because we are talking about past, yesterday. Where did she go yesterday? Correct option is doesn't, because Ben is the third person we are talking about. Ben plays football. It is the regular thing that happens. He doesn't play chess. Correct option is B, don't. It's an interrogative sentence and you can see you in the sentence, right? So we will add don't in the beginning. Don't you want a cookie with your milk? Perfect. You aced the quiz and you really understand do, does, did and done now. And I hope you have learned something new in this video. Remember, grammar is very important when you want to speak a language, when you want to learn a language. So keep practicing and write your score in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe the channel. If you have learned something from this video, please like it. Thank you.